Later I will show you a short article. Okay. Yeah, how to pop to see this problem, to see the eco environment.
So Gang is
Just.
Just.
Yes. Just.
Just a moment ago.
Yeah.
Gang just means a moment ago.
Okay, so a moment ago Frank was saying something. Okay.
Yes.
Trying to pick up the little words.
Yeah. So
Good suggestion.
Yeah, he said that's a good point. You like that
Yeah,
point?
it's just what I struggled with, that's all.
And he said because the Pope also has some kind of statement coming out, or their internal communication coming out with much open ideas on how the religion and science should work together.
But I think he said something about evolution that was negative, didn't he? Just recently I heard that.
I don't know.
Did the Pope say something negative about?
Yes.
Negative.
Yes.
What
So
did he say?
I'll show you.
Because I didn't catch it in the news. I just heard evolution in the Pope. But what did he say?
We have to respect Aboriginal any people. To respect their value, how the human right. So right now most of the Catholics talk about what is injustice. We have to face justice and peace.
And that's what they've done in South America, the justice movement of the priests, which the Pope banned. He did not like them because they were speaking about religious justice or whatever.
I think that's for more 40 years ago or 50 years ago.
Right.
But the church
what's it called? It's called theological justice or theological something or other.
There was a movie called Mission.
Okay.
It's about the movement in South America.
Okay.
Right now in French, a very famous movie. That's between the God and man. That's a seven missionaries, French missionaries. They serve in the.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Where?
I heard about that.
Muslim village.
Oh yeah,
right.
Muslim village.
They didn't oppress them to believe the Catholic belief. They respected them Muslim.
Wait, who oppressed?
No, they didn't. Those seven priests from France live with those Muslim community.
Africa.
Were they converting them?
No.
No.
They just live with them
and serve them.
Serve them even till death, because there's a group of Muslim extremists coming in, say, if you don't go, we kill you.
Right.
But these seven people, they stayed.
But why did they live there if they weren't going to convert them?
They just served.
They just also be their companion and just serve the little brother and sister.
That makes me feel very suspicious, though. I'm very suspicious.
Yeah.
Well,
there must be some other minor motive. See, Quakers, the Quakers,
Quaker.
They cannot convert.
Yeah.
They must do by example. And if a person comes to them and says, why are you this person? Then they can say something. Otherwise they cannot do anything. Maybe these people were doing that sort of like that.
I talked to you on the phone.
That's very interesting,
I say I met a couple priests when I was in college. They came from Belgium. They live with college students all their life without converting anyone. But they help those college students live what we say normal life without lots of drug or crazy things.
Right.
They just live, provide the area. They even died at Taiwan. Now they're native land. But many years later, those students still remember this place.
Sure.
Whether they converted later or not, we don't know. But they respect this man as a man.
Right.
They just come with the spirit to live. Live life.
But one is always suspicious, especially of Mormons and Seventh-day Adventists and so forth, because they're out to convert.
Yes.
And of course, Catholicism is looking at Africa right now as the last place to convert. And so I just pull back just a little bit. They could do that, and it can be an example. But just like I have, I try to live a way where I'm living green as much as I can, concerned about, there's a flycatcher, concerned about environmental things. And I have people come to me all the time and say, you know, I just watch you doing things. I don't even know who they are. But I'm very glad that they're now thinking this way.
Right.
But I don't have anything to convert except thought. That's all.
Yeah, that's the way you at least influence me, right? I observe you and I learn from you. I sometimes come to you, and I did almost the same thing at my area in my own small community. I think that's a good way to do.
Yeah.
And so that I think it's a good opportunity to communicate. 那 Professor Frank 的意思是说，有一些宗教人士，他们就是这样子活着做一个见证，而不是设法去让人家怎么样传这个福音，使它有所改变。他是用一个见证性。那像贵格会这些信徒，他们是不准许用口传，而是就是用生活见证。那如果有人对他们的生活感到兴趣的时候，他才会讲到一点他的宗教信仰。那我也举出一个例子，就是我以前认得在台南的时候，有几个了，但其中有是比利时来的神父，他就是以这样的生活在台湾一辈子，然后死在台湾，跟大学生住在一起。他可能这一辈子中间也没有直接使几个人接受基督，可是很多人会怀念他。后来这些人有很多可能接受了基督，但是这都是他潜移默化的影响，而不是他的一个生命的一个真正的关心点。那 Professor Frank 说，有很多宗教，像摩门教啊，或者是末世圣徒会的，或者是一些福音派的信徒们，他们就很积极，只是以传教为目的。那从他的观点来看，他认为这是并不是最好的方式。
And that's a film there too.
Yes.
You can ask him why he like to accept the cross. The symbol, yeah.
But should I? I mean, why? Why do I have?
You can ask him.
Is there a special story?
I don't know.
Is there a special story?
Yes.
I
So
just
we will
met
talk.
this young man.
Let's talk.
What?
I just met this young man 2 days ago.
Yeah. So why don't we save that for lunch?
Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
And we'll ask the question at lunch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
Before I'm not Christian.
What's that?
Before I'm not Christian.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Before I'm Buddhist.
Oh.
Yes.
So you have a good
Because I have a
mixture of good background
yeah,
in
good
both.
witness from the Germany priest in Taiwan. They support the aboriginal and the wickedness. I said, why? Why Buddhist the master? They don't like to serve. They just talk. Yeah, they're teaching somebody, you have be merciful, but they don't do it. But
These are the Buddhists. You say you were asking the Buddhists
yeah.
to do that. Yeah.
Yeah. So before I changed my religion, when I was 25 years old.
That's when I
The
changed.
Mormon church. I converted.
Mormons?
Yeah,
You went
for
to
the
Mormon.
Mormon
Ah.
church. Before I have got some mental disease for 7 years.
Because of stress and depression
Yeah,
from
depression,
family, he was mentally ill for
Because
a few
of his
years.
conversion?
No.
No,
Because of
I
family.
closed the church. I closed the church. Their love, let me become hitting me, and my mental problem as I become more better.
The church made you better.
Yes.
Later on.
The love group,
Okay.
community.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
And my family, we have 4 brothers, sisters, 4 person. They kill themselves.
They killed themselves.
Yes.
Suicide.
Yeah, suicide.
Because probably because of family issues or genetic issues,
Yeah.
And
Suicide.
and also probably because their father is so strict.
Yeah.
Yeah. So John Muir and his father, because you brought that up. Yeah.
So,
Right.
but he brought up because he was very much influenced by a German priest at Taiwan, and he couldn't understand why this big German guy came here to serve those Aboriginal people and also those sick and ill people. And he just couldn't understand. And this priest, I don't think he converted many people. He just served. So then
So he was filling his own ego
well, I don't
with
know.
God.
With God, maybe. And then that's why he observed, and then later he accepted.
So the reason that I didn't go, I tried several churches. The reason I didn't go to a church is I wanted to be completely free. I didn't want any theology. I didn't want any dogma. I wanted only empirical truth. And that's why I've come to see that science is very important for me. And basically, and the book I forgot was Sam Harris, and I'll write it down for you, The Moral Landscape. He is writing about how science, through the well-being of all thinking organisms, higher organisms, more complex organisms, humans and others, that should be the goal of life. And you can bypass all of the theology, all the dogma and everything. So a doctor is someone who is committed to the well-being of people, and or vets, to animals. And he said, using good science and thinking about this, we can have a moral system. That's his book, and I haven't finished it. But it's very interesting. He's trying to get away. He sees how religions are fighting against each other within, like Muslims within, Christians within, Jews within, even the conservative and reformed Jews. I mean, in Israel, women still have to ride on the back of the bus on the conservative buses. They have conservative buses in Israel, and the women are separate. Today, the 21st century. So, and there was an American woman, a Jew, who was there and sat in the wrong place and was told, you have to go to the back of the bus. And you, what do you mean I have to go to the back of the bus? And so she had a court case that went to the Supreme Court of Israel. But you see, it's the religion on the one hand and the well-being on the other. What we need to do is wipe out the religion and take that spirituality and put it into the morality of empirical science, where we use science to measure and help for the well-being and contentment of people. That's what he's trying to say.
But I think I explained to you, at least my personal point of view is, Jesus came during his 3 years of missionary work. He was doing exactly for that purpose. He wanted to change the people's thinking and free the people to look beyond your existing rigid religion setting.
But I don't think he wanted to start a new religion.
Well,
I don't think he even knew that.
That
took Paul.
Right. Well, either he want or he didn't want.
He was a radical. He was just stirring things up.
Yeah, he did what he can do and finished. And then all of the others followed his steps, may make mistakes all the way, 2,000 years up to date. So many things wrong in the process. Even without religion, we talk about Chinese, without those influences from Jerusalem or from Western culture, Chinese still did so many wrong things in the history. So again, my point is, Jesus came, he showed a way of thinking. Probably very compatible with what you are saying.
Yeah, now Thomas Jefferson probably thought this too, but he was bothered by the miracles. He was bothered that this man had to be connected with God. That's why he took the Bible and literally cut it up. And he had his own Bible where he took Luke and Matthew, and if there were two stories, he just took the better one and put it in. But he made all the Gospels one story that went through, and he pulled out all the stuff, glued it on the page, and I mean, people get excited about that. But that's what he was trying to do. He said, Jesus is a good man, but he's just like everybody else, but he's not. He wanted no miracles. He wanted, and miracles were often used just to show that a person was godlike. and they may never have happened actually, because in many writings you see miracles put in, walking on the water, etc., which just showed that he was a very, very important person, and that he didn't really walk on the water. Daniel, the story of Daniel is completely made up. It was a secret story that was to the tribes of Israel so that they would know what to do and how to act. And there was no Daniel, there was no lion den ever. It wasn't even a true story. All religious scholars, the Jesuits, I'm sure would agree with that. They probably did some of the early writing on it. I mean, people think that all these things were real. They were written in a certain context, a certain message was trying to get through, and so forth. Look up Daniel and Google Daniel and see.
Yeah,
Look at the Ten Commandments. Google the Ten Commandments. The Catholic Ten Commandments is different than the Jewish and Protestant Ten Commandments. Did you know that? I didn't know that. My market manager in Sacramento said, "Do you realize?" We were talking about something. He said, "I Googled the Ten Commandments the other day. Have you ever Googled that?" And he said, because the Catholics have idols, really, and the Jewish Ten Commandments say, "Thou shalt not worship idols," the Catholics have cut that out. And they have divided the one, "Thou shalt not covet thy wife, thy neighbor's wife, and thou shalt not cover his cattle," and so on and so on. They divide that into two. "Thou shalt not covet the wife" is one. "Thou shalt not cover all other things, animals, etc., of thy neighbor." That's number two. And so they they took out the one of the idols and doubled the one and put it in. You take a look and see. All propaganda, all written because they were accused of certain things.
My Bible,
I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. And there it is. It's right there.
my Bible
I printed it out.
My Bible reads differently. Really differently.
The Ten Commandments.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's still in there.
What Bible do you...
The idol is still in there. But it's not Catholic.
Ah, okay.
All right.
Now, the Catholic Bible is translated by someone named N. What was the name of the... What's the version, the Catholic Bible? What do they use? The Protestants often use King James.
Yeah,
But the Catholics, the Nisa or something like that, was some Frenchman, I think.
Chinese Bible was directly translated from Greek. My version is directly from Greek, without going through the English or French or German.
Catholic,
It's directly from Greek.
Okay.
Yeah.
That would be interesting.
Catholic
Yeah.
Church, the Bible is translated from the Latin. Latin language.
Well, not totally. I mean, they used the Hebrew and everything too. But there was a certain man who the version, the Catholic version, has a certain. His name begins with N. Anyway,
Okay.
but I couldn't believe that was like that.
Well, we believe the Holy Spirit will renew the church. Yeah. Sometimes, just mentioned, Dr. Li Yang he mentioned, through the 2,000 years, so many people do a lot.
Oh yeah. No, I understand.
Yeah.
But you see, people work on what's convenient, and so that's why he pointed it out to me. I don't care. I mean, they're all idols or not idols. But the point is that because of what was happening, and because of the statuary, the old commandments couldn't take that. And it came in because of the golden calf, probably, when Moses brought the golden calf down. And people, or not Moses, someone else, Aaron, or someone brought the golden calf in. And then Moses came down from the mountain and said, "What are you doing, worshiping this golden calf?" "Oh, but we were told this was, an idol of God." And so that's, I think, where that commandment came from, that thou shalt not worship idols. But anyway...
Shall we go for
lunch? Yeah.
I'm so hungry.
But the thing is that all this is so interesting.
Yes.
But the point is that we shouldn't take it so seriously. And there are days that I look at the Pope and I say, "Oh my God." And then I look at Dalai Lama, and not too much, but once in a while I say, "Oh, come on." And then, things